Where do animals live? Can you guess? In jungles, oceans, and under the sky's vastness. Let's go on a journey, and you will see all the different places where creatures are free. Where does a polar bear live? Do they live in the Arctic or the desert? Polar bears live in the Arctic.
The polar bear's home is a land of snow, where the icy winds and the cold winds blow. In the Arctic it's freezing, but the bear's so strong. In this chilly place, it's where it belongs. Where do they live, can you tell? In forests, deserts, or oceans so swell. Every animal, big or small, has a special home for one and all.
Where does a tiger live? Do they live in the jungle or the sea? Tigers live in the jungle.
The tiger prowls in a jungle so green, with the tall trees and leaves where it can be seen. In the warm, thick jungle it hides and creeps. This is where the mighty tiger sleeps. Where do they live, can you tell? In forests, deserts, or oceans so swell. Every animal, big or small, has a special home for one and all.
Where do fishes live? Do they live in the ocean or the forest? Fishes live in the ocean.
A fish swims deep in the blue, blue sea, where the coral and waves move so free. It loves the water, cool and wide. In the ocean's depths, it's where it resides. Where do they live, can you tell? In forests, deserts, or oceans so swell. Every animal, big or small, has a special home for one and all.
Where do kangaroos live? Do they live in cities with tall buildings or in the outback? Kangaroos live in the outback.
The kangaroo hops in the hot, dry land, with the sun above and the desert sand. In Australia's warmth, it jumps around. This is where the kangaroo is found. Where do they live, can you tell? In forests, deserts, or oceans so swell. Every animal, big or small, has a special home for one and all. Some creatures live high up in the sky, others dig low where the earth is dry. Some love the cold and some love the heat. Every animal's home is so unique.
Where do owls live? Do they live in trees in the forest or do they live in the Arctic? Owls live in trees in the forest.
An owl lives in a tree at night, with big eyes that see in the dark so bright. In the forest it flies from tree to tree. It's the perfect home for an owl to be. Where do they live, can you tell? In forests, deserts, or oceans so swell. Every animal, big or small, has a special home for one and all. So many homes for creatures to stay, in jungles, skies, or where the cold winds sway. Every animal has a special place in the world. They all have their space. Where do they live, now you know? From the ocean's deep to the mountain's snow.